Okay, hello everyone. Let me just reposition things a little bit. Hope you're doing very, very well on this, Friday as I'm recording this, but who knows what day it is for you as you're watching this. Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Ça va bien? Comment ça va? What am I asking you? We started real fast, didn't we? Comment ça va? What does that mean? It means how are you? Comment ça va? You would say ça va bien, right? Did I start too fast? I apologize. Well, we're going to dive into this class. I wanted to first of all give a shout out to the people who've already been sending their homework. There's some real eager beavers. In fact, I can give some shout outs to the eager beavers. We can maybe start like an eager beaver club. So eager beaver number one is definitely Tessa. Tessa, who's watched a lot of these videos live, who has sent some homework, who has actually given a lot of good feedback for the class. So thank you very much, Tessa. She is definitely an eager beaver. And then eager beaver number two, I believe, is Vic. Let me just double check the name. Yes, Vic is eager beaver number two. You guys are doing great. You guys are super eager. I like it. Keep up the good work. Now, let's jump into our video. So the first thing, as per always, the note file is in the description below. You're not going to need the note file quite yet, but just maybe keep it open in a different tab, and I'll direct you to it in case you ever need to look at it. Sounds good? So let's start, as per usual, with some review. So review starting at 1:47. That is our timestamp. Review starts. Okay. So as per always, I'm going to ask you some certain things. I'm going to say some certain words, and I want to see if you understand. Okay? So if I say, salut, what am I saying to you? Salut. What is salut? Salut. Salut means hey, right? Salut means hi or hey, a more casual hello, right? Salut. A very casual way of saying hi. As a reminder, this sound here is an U, 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 U. If you do not know how to say it, I will quickly go through it now very fast. We'll spend a minute or two, but we have talked about it in the previous, perhaps the previous video, or maybe it was 2 videos ago. I don't remember. U is pronounced by saying E, but rounding your lips. You have to round your lips and try and say E, but your lips must be rounded. So round your lips and try and say E. U. Okay, so salut. What if I say, comment t'appelles-tu? Comment t'appelles-tu? Comment t'appelles-tu? Think about it. What does that mean? I want you to make sure you understand what it means, and I want you to try and respond. Comment t'appelles-tu? Comment t'appelles-tu? Comment t'appelles-tu? Right, what does that mean? Comment t'appelles-tu is, what's your name? Comment, how. T'appelles-tu, do you call yourself? How do you call yourself? Right? Comment t'appelles-tu? How do you respond to that question? What do you say? You say, je m'appelle, and your name. Je m'appelle Azren, je m'appelle Mark, je m'appelle Bob, je m'appelle Sarah, je m'appelle Camille, je m'appelle Anne, je m'appelle blah, 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 je m'appelle whatever. Okay, we've already seen this before. We have reviewed this a couple of times already in the past. What if I asked you a question? Last time we talked, we started to talk about questions. What if I ask you something like, hey, tu aimes nager? Tu aimes nager? Tu aimes nager? Like this. Tu aimes nager? Tu aimes nager? What does that mean? You like to swim? Do you like to swim? Right? Tu aimes nager? Tu aimes nager? Tu aimes nager? You might say, oui, j'aime nager. Oui, j'aime nager. Right? Oui, j'aime nager. Let's try another one. Tu aimes manger? I don't know if we've done manger. Maybe we'll add right now into the Google Docs so you guys have it when you're reviewing the notes into the miscellaneous word sections. Manger. Manger means to eat. Right? Manger is eat, and I'll write it on the blackboard here too. So just keep your attention on the YouTube screen. So manger is spelled like this. Manger. Manger is spelled like this, right? Manger is to eat. Manger. Manger. First syllable. Man. Second syllable. Et. Manger is to eat. So tu aimes manger. Tu aimes manger. Tu aimes manger. Right? Do you like to eat? Tu aimes manger? You'd say, oui, j'aime manger. Yes, I like to eat. Oui, j'aime manger. You probably do. I think most people like to eat, right? Oui, j'aime manger. J'aime manger. Manger is very fun. Manger is definitely quite enjoyable. What about, let's do some more question and also vocab review. What if I ask you, I don't know if we've done this word before, but we can introduce it now. It's a good word to know. Tu as un chien. Tu as un chien. Tu as un chien. Tu as un chien. So tu as, what is tu as? Do you remember what tu as means? Tu as means you have. You have. Then un chien is a dog. I don't know if we've talked about this word before. Maybe we have, maybe not. Un chien. Un chien. Un chien. What's another word with an yin? What's another word with a yin sound in it? What's the word with a yin? We've learned we use this word a lot. There's another word that has this yin, this I, I'll make it bigger, this I-E-N. There's another word that has that. Do you know what it is? That we've seen. If I ask you, hey, comment ça va? What's your answer? It also has a yin in it. If I say, comment ça va? Comment ça va is how are you? Right? Comment ça va? And you say what? Ça va. What's your answer? Ça va. Ça va bien. There's another word with that I-E-N. So this I-E-N is yin. Pronounced yin. We've talked about this before, but it's a good review. Good thing to recap, right? Or Canadien, as we've got in the chat from Tessa. Canadien, right? For Canadian. Canadien. Très bien. Okay, let's do a little bit more review, then we'll jump into some new things. How do we say something like, what if I asked you, tu aimes, what's something really gross? What if we take something like, what's a really gross thing? Not sure what a really disgusting thing would be. What's something that's not fun to eat? Okay, let's say vegetables. A lot of people like vegetables, but a lot of people don't. So let's pretend we don't like vegetables, okay? And I said, tu aimes manger. I got a better one. Tu aimes manger le brocoli? Tu aimes manger le brocoli? Tu aimes manger le brocoli? So you like, we just saw manger, to eat the broccoli? Do you like to eat broccoli? I want to double check my spelling of broccoli. I'm having a small doubt that you spell it differently in French, but I'm going to double check. Broccoli. Broccoli is spelled the same in French. Fantastic. Tu aimes manger le brocoli? Tu aimes manger le brocoli? Let's hear like, no, man, I don't like broccoli. Nope, I don't like eating broccoli. How do we do that? This was something we touched on last time for how do we say those negative sentences, right? Do you remember that? Do you remember last time we talked about how to say, oh, I don't like broccoli. I don't like this. I can't do that. Do you remember how to say those? I'll give you a moment to think about it as I write the answer on this blackboard. How do we say that? We'd say non, no. And I'll write it as you think. Even feel free to pause or think about it. Like, how would I say I don't like broccoli? Oopsies, I wrote that wrong. Non. Okay, so non, je. Now there's one additional thing we have to do here, but let's just look at this to start. Non, je ne aime pas le brocoli. Do you remember these ne pas constructions? Do you remember these with these ne and these pas? As a reminder, as a review, when we have negative sentences, things with don't, won't, can't, couldn't, will not, anything with a not, right? In English, we have these ne, pas. It's always going to be je. It's always going to start with je ne, always je ne, some verb, pas. Je ne aime pas. Je ne peux pas. What's peut? Do you remember peut? P-E-U-X, peut is can, right? So je ne peux pas, I can't. Je ne mange pas, I don't eat, right? Always these ne pas are negative sentences. Now, we haven't talked about this. There's a slight little nuance. Let's get rid of this peut. There's a slight nuance with this je ne aime pas le brocoli. There's a small nuance we have to add. Let me just clear the screen and show you. Anytime je ne aime pas. Okay. Anytime that we have this ne and the next word starts in a vowel. A vowel, in case you don't know, are the following letters: A, E, I, O, U. These are all vowels. Okay. So anytime we have a ne followed by a verb or a word in a vowel, such as this M, which starts with an A, right? A is a vowel. We have to actually change the spelling. This then becomes, this then becomes je, so je ne aime pas becomes je n'aime pas. The NE becomes an N apostrophe. So not je ne aime pas, but je n'aime pas. Does that make sense? So I don't like is je n'aime pas. It's not je ne aime pas. Hopefully that is clear. We will definitely revisit that at some point. What I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to quickly type this into the Google Doc so that if you're reviewing this notes afterwards, you're able to see that. So quick, I'll read it out to you. A quick note about negative sentences. If the verb following the word ne starts in a vowel, you must change the spelling of ne. For example, I like is j'aime. I don't like equals je n'aime pas. It is not je ne aime pas. That is incorrect. Okay, so this will happen to these negative sentences. You are going to see this phenomena reappear. You're going to see this in other words in French as well. This is not the only time this happens, but this is one instance where this happens. So anytime a ne is followed by a word in a vowel, right, you have to make it an N apostrophe. Anytime the word ne is followed by a verb, well, really a word, really, verb, or any word, really, but, well, let's say a verb, starting with a vowel, A, E, I, O, or U, the ne becomes an N apostrophe. There we go. If you have any questions, as per always, feel free to message me about it. Feel free to ask me. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't think it's too confusing. I think that should be reasonably okay and easy to digest. Okay. Let's do some more question practice and some of these negative sentence practices. So, okay, I got a question for you. Tu as un avion? Tu as un avion? Tu as un avion? Tu as un avion? What am I asking? I'm not going to show you the written yet. I'm going to make you think about it. Tu. What is tu? Tu as. Tu as. What is tu as? Think about it. Tu as un avion. So tu as, you have. Tu as un, like one or a. Tu as un avion. I'll show you. Tu as un avion. Do you have a plane? Silly question, right? But I'm assuming none of you have a plane, or most of you do not own an airplane. Not a real one parked in your garage. I have a funny story about airplanes for you in just a moment. Let's do this first. You want to say, no, I don't have an airplane. No, this is a really difficult one. Non. Je. If you can get this without help and you haven't studied French before, you're like a gifted student. This is going to get a little bit difficult. We're increasing the difficulty by 3 levels in one go. Okay? I'll explain though, don't worry. Je n'ai pas un avion. So non. Je n'ai pas un avion. Okay? Let's break this down. This might be a little bit confusing. So, how do we say I have? Let's start with just I have as a whole. What do we say? We say what? We say j'ai. Okay? Now, why do we say j'ai for I have? Well, let me explain. J'ai is actually a combination of 2 words. J'ai is a combination of je and et. Okay? So je and et. Do you remember how when we have a ne followed by a vowel, we just talked about this? So if we had like ne and et, right? If this ne is followed by a word and a vowel, this is an a, right? This ne and a becomes ne. We just talked about that a moment ago, right? We get this N apostrophe AI. I'll write that a little bit neater. N apostrophe AI. Remember how that happens? Well, here's the thing. It also happens with the word je. So je, when je is followed by a word and a vowel that starts in a vowel, like this one, it also follows the same pattern. This becomes j'ai, right? So let's give you a little test, right? Even the word like j'aime for I like, Even j'aime is a combination of je plus aime. You look in the top corner here. J'aime is a combination of je plus aime. They're a combination. J'aime. J'aime becomes je aime becomes j'aime. Crazy, right? And let me make sure this is added into the Google Doc as well, so you can all review that as well. This rule also happens to words, to other words, such as je. Therefore, this is why in words like j'aime and j'ai are written the way they are. Je plus et, and then okay. So with us understanding this, okay, this is a little bit confusing, but we'll get there. I promise. You will understand. I promise you will understand. So when we have je n'ai pas un avion. Okay. When we have this sentence here, I don't have a plane. Okay. When we look at the sentence, the reason it's getting structured that way, because really what we're saying is je ne ai pas un avion. I don't have a plane, but then because we have ne and a next to each other, right, this has to become ne. There's a good likelihood, I'm willing to bet, that 90% of you are like, what the hell just happened? Like, whoa, that's hard. Like, my brain is not computing this. Is not computing this. Like, my brain is getting really confused with this, which is perfectly normal. Which is why what I'm going to recommend is that you memorize, just in your brain, I don't have, je n'ai pas. I don't have is je n'ai pas. Just get that in your brain. Right? Je n'ai pas is I don't have. Je n'ai pas is I don't have. Just get it. Just get it in your mind. Who cares about why? Doesn't matter what the grammar is. I've explained it. It's super weird, and it's like, what the hell is going on? I understand. It's really overwhelming, so just memorize je n'ai pas is I don't have. Okay, so I hope that's enough review. We can jump into some different things. So we're at 23:20. Let me write that timestamp down. As a reminder, I put timestamps in the description of every video, so you can navigate through. This is when asking questions continues. Okay, fantastique, good stuff. So last time we talked about asking questions, right? We talked about how you can ask questions by changing your inflection, right? We talked about this. I'll make sure in the Google Doc that this is just that I copy paste this, so you have it in there. Okay. That it's all in there. So asking questions in French, you can change your inflection. We reviewed this today. There is another way to ask questions in French. The other way that you are able to, oh my goodness, that you're able to make questions in French. Wow, I can't speak right now. Is you can use est-ce que. Okay, so let me just write this here. So way number one, intonation. Way number two. In fact, way number two, which we learned, is reversing. Reversing verb plus subject. Do you guys remember that? Reversing the verb and subject. We didn't review it today, but hopefully you remember. right? I'll give you one example so you can see it for reversing the verb and subject. Feel free to review the Google Doc if you forget what I mean by that, but I'll give you one in case you don't remember what I mean. You can say, I can say, tu as un avion. That was one option. Or I could say, as-tu un avion? Right? So this one that I circled at the bottom is reversing the verb and subject. As-tu un avion? This is reversing it, right? This is the first way to ask questions, is change your intonation. This one, you flip, right? We flip, if you remember the arrows I drew last time, right? We flip the tu as, we make it as-tu. So as-tu un avion? Do you have a plane? That's a second way. We've already looked at this one. Let's look at a third way, which is using est-ce que. Okay, we can use this. There's so many letters in here, but it's literally pronounced as est-ce que, like the letter S. Que. I'm not sure how you write que in English, but like S, like the letter S, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, right? Est-ce que. Est-ce que. A lot of random words in there, but you can use this term est-ce que to ask questions. Let me show you. So we look at something like tu as un avion, right? You have a plane. Let's do dog, actually. Tu as un chien. Tu as, tu as un chien, right? You have a dog. We've seen this sentence. Tu as un chien. You have a dog. Okay. I could say, as we've said before, tu as un chien? You have a dog? That's a question. I could say, as-tu un chien? Do you have a dog? I could flip it. Or the third option, est-ce que tu as un chien? If you stick est-ce que before a sentence, like a random statement, it becomes a question. Est-ce que tu as un chien? Let's look at another example. Tu peux nager. Nager. Tu peux nager. You can swim. Okay? If I want to say, can you swim? What are my three options? I could literally just stick a question mark here and say, tu peux nager? You can swim. I could flip the position of tu and peux, and I could say, well, I'm not going to write it. I could say, peux-tu nager? That's option 2. Or option 3, I could add est-ce que. Est-ce que tu peux nager? That's a third option for asking questions. Est-ce que tu peux nager? Can you swim? Est-ce que tu as un chien? Do you have a dog? Est-ce que, I don't know, whatever you want. Est-ce que, blah, 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 blah. So you stick est-ce que, and then you make any statement, and that statement now transforms into a question. Let's see one more example. Let me look at some words we've learned that we can review at the same time. Oh, we did eat. Do you like to eat? How would I say that? What are my options for do you like to eat? Let's look at the sentence. So do you like to eat? Okay. We have this English sentence, do you like to eat? I want you to try to say this and write this English sentence in the 3 ways of asking questions that we've covered. What are the options? Okay. I'm going to write them on here too. You do it with me. Okay. So option 1. In fact, if you need to pause the video to give yourself more time, go ahead. Okay? Because I'm going to be way faster than you because it's easy for me. Okay? Option 1. Tu aimes manger, right? You like to eat. Tu aimes manger. This is option 1. Let's look at a second option. What's the second option? This is the reversing option where we reverse, right, the subject, which is tu, and aime. Let's look at this one. Again, if I'm faster than you, if I'm going too fast, feel free to pause. Okay. Aimes-tu manger? Aimes-tu manger? So look what we did. We took this tu, we took this aime, and notice how they changed positions. I'll put some arrows. So I hope I'm not being too repetitive sometimes, but I just really want to make sure it's clear for people. I would appreciate feedback, by the way, for people going through the course. Give me some feedback on what you're thinking. Like, what are things you like? What are things you want to see different? Especially if you're watching this anywhere near the date of November 8th, 2019. Like, you can really have a positive impact on the class by giving me your feedback, because I'm still making the class and the course, so I can really implement it. Right? So, tu aimes manger, we reversed, right? The aime went over here. Tu went over here. Right? So if we look at this, they switched positions. Tu suddenly went after, aime went before. So we reversed it. Aimes-tu manger? Okay. And what's our third option? Est-ce que tu aimes manger? Right? Est-ce que tu aimes manger? These are the 3 different ways that we've seen so far to be asking questions. Okay? I'm just seeing the live chat. Mark, yes, I will be uploading. All of these live streams are uploaded. Everything is uploaded. Look in the description of the video. There's actually a link that has the full course, every single episode, every single video that's been done. So you can just click that link and you'll see it. You'll be able to see every video. This one won't be in there yet, but I'll put it in there after, right? I'm still on the first video, LOL. So far, I think it's going great. Fantastic. Excellent. Okay. Hopefully this is clear and this makes sense. How much time? I'm a little bit short on time today. I'm a little bit tight. I don't have a crazy amount. I only have 10 more minutes before I have to cut this. So let's do some practice. So timestamp, we're at 33:20. Okay, and we write the timestamp down. 33:20. Practice starts. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's do some practice. So I'm going to ask you a whole bunch of questions. I want you to try. I'm going to ask you a whole bunch of questions using a whole bunch of different ways to ask questions, and I want you to try and answer me. Okay? We'll learn some new words as we go as well. I'll try and incorporate some new words so we can get some new vocabulary. Est-ce que tu manges la viande? Est-ce que tu manges? I'll write it on the blackboard. Est-ce que tu manges? Oh, better. Est-ce que tu peux manger la viande? Est-ce que tu peux manger la viande? Est-ce que tu peux? I hope you guys remember. What is tu peux? I've said it 100 times now. I've said tu peux so many times in the past few videos. Tu peux. You have to remember. What is tu peux? Tu peux is you can, right? Tu peux. You can. Est-ce que tu peux manger? We saw today. La viande. So meat is la viande. I'll write this here. Est-ce que tu peux manger la viande? So we saw est-ce que, we know this, right? So basically, est-ce que tu peux? Can you eat meat? Est-ce que tu peux manger la viande? I'll make it a little bigger here. There we go. Est-ce que tu peux manger la viande? Est-ce que tu peux manger la viande? I personally can't. I don't eat meat. Okay. So I would say, I want you to think about your answer. Write it down. Think about it as I write my personal answer. There's two ways I could answer this. Okay. Feel free to hit pause right now if you want to think about it, because I'm about to say the right answer and how to answer this. So hit pause if you want to think about it still on your own. Okay. Je ne mange pas la viande. Or I could also say, je ne peux pas manger la viande. Okay. I'll show you my answers. As an FYI, there's certain concepts that are going to be difficult for you to do. So for example, this one here, je ne mange pas la viande, right? I don't eat meat. Granted, this spelling of mange is something that currently you guys do not have the knowledge to make on your own. Like you might be thinking, hey, I thought manger is eat, like manger, because I told you manger is eat. Why the heck did Aslan say mange? Don't worry, we're going to cover it. The general rule, I can give you a really fast answer, actually. Actually, you know what? It's not even that easy. It's not even that complicated. I'll give it to you. Anytime that you want to say, I do something, most of the time in French, I'm simplifying it. We'll get into the details later. The simple answer, you take off the R off the ER. So let me show you some examples. We know how to say swim, right? How do you say swim? Nager is swim. I swim. Je nage. Notice how the R disappeared, right? Nager, nage. Let's look at another one. We just saw eat, right? Manger. I eat, je mange. Take off the R. Je mange. It's a simplified answer. There's more to it than that, but that is something that'll get you by quite a bit for a lot of circumstances. Let's continue some practice while we're at it. Let's continue some practice with our what do you call it? With our questions. Est-ce que tu as un chat? Est-ce que tu as un chat? Est-ce que tu as un chat? What did I ask you? Un chat is a cat. Okay, so un chat. A cat. Un chat. Est-ce que tu as un chat? Do you have a cat? Right? How else could I ask this question? What are the other ways I could say this? Think about it. I'm going to write them on here and say them. Feel free to hit pause if you want to think about it and not hear the answer, because I'm about to say it. As-tu un chat? Or I could say, tu as un chat. Right? As-tu un chat? Tu as un chat? Those are some options for asking questions, right? How would you answer? If you're like, yeah, I've got a cat. I'm going to say it right now. If you want to think about it before you hear the answer, hit pause. In fact, I'd recommend you do that if you're watching this. For most of you, it's probably not good if you just listen and watch passively. It's good for you to actually stop, try and do it, check your answer. So, oui, j'ai un chat. Or if you don't have a cat, non, je n'ai pas un chat. Oui, j'ai un chat. Non, je n'ai pas un chat. Right? Yes, I have a cat. No, I don't have a cat. Right? So, moi, par exemple, me, for example, je n'ai pas un chat. Je n'ai pas un chat. And the final little bonus point for the people who are really really keeping up with this and it's not hard for you. If it's hard, then ignore the next comment. But if it's like you're keeping up and you're like, yeah, I'm understanding this. Remember, we have said this before. In French, this is like going 2 levels harder. This ne, we are allowed to omit it. So we can get rid of it. So now we're left with je ai. Remember, je ai becomes j'ai. So we could say, in spoken language, in casual speech, non, j'ai pas un chat. That's also an option. Again, if that was like whoosh over your head, very complicated, you're like, what the heck is Azran talking about? I don't understand. Whoa, what? Don't worry, it's okay. Stick with non, je n'ai pas un chat. It is 100% correct. People will say it. It's totally fine. You are good. Okay. I can probably go 5 more minutes here. Yeah, I can do 5 more minutes. I'm just gonna make a quick note for myself in the Google Doc. Need to add something in the Google Doc afterwards for the non-live viewers. So I'm just gonna make a note for myself. Okay, beauty. All right, let's do one last little thing, then we'll finish it up. Est-ce que, no, let's not do est-ce que. Let's use a non-est que. Let's do as-tu, no, peux-tu, utiliser un ordinateur? Peux-tu utiliser un ordinateur? Peux-tu utiliser un ordinateur? Okay, let me show you here. Peux-tu utiliser un ordinateur? So let's break this down. Peux-tu, hopefully you know this by now. Can you? Utiliser, you can maybe venture a guess. It's kind of like the English word. Think of like utilize, right? Utilizer, like think of something like utilize. Utiliser means use in French. Peux-tu utiliser un ordinateur? Do you remember what ordinateur means? Do you remember that word? We did it, I think, we have done it, but I forget when we did it. Computer. So do you know how to use a computer? Can you use a computer? Hopefully you're able to use a computer in 2019. That is an important skill to have. Right? It's pretty important. So how would you answer? How would you answer this question? You tell me. Think about it. What would you say? Utiliser, to use. You would say, oui, je peux utiliser un ordinateur. Right? Oui, je peux utiliser un ordinateur. Yes, I can use a computer. To simplify it, you literally could just say, oui, je peux. Yes, I can. Easy peasy, right? Yep, I can do it. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys some homework. I want you guys to send me a voice note and a text message on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, wherever, right? You guys know where to find me at this point. Send me a voice message and a text message asking me at least 5 different questions. At least 5. Actually, make it 6 and ask me 2 questions with each way of asking questions. Intonation, reversing, and using est que. I have to go right now, unfortunately, so we'll wrap this one up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye.